bring in Freddie Roach, Hall of Fame trainer. He's in Manny Pacquiao's corner for the May 2nd fight against Floyd Mayweather on pay-per-view. Freddie, do you get anxious at all in the weeks before a fight?
Yes, of course. Fights still mean a lot to me. I still get a little bit nervous about fights, but I not hide it from the fight and control it, but I still get anxious because I care about the fight, of course.
What's the most nervous you've been before a fight?
Most nervous. I was a little bit nervous with the Cotto fight because Manny told me he's going to go to the ropes early in the fight and see how hard he hits. And I says, I don't think that's a good idea. And but he did it anyway. So he says I can take his punch, and he was satisfied that he could take Miguel's punch after the first round. I was a little bit nervous about that.
How many times have you been asked about this fight over the last 6 years?
I would say at least, you get at a low point of me twice a day, at a high point of me 20 times a day.
What's the strangest place you were asked about this fight?
I was in Prague doing a TV commercial, and these people came up to me and asked me about the fight. And I said, how do they know about this fight in Prague? And it was just amazing to me that, that they really had gotten that far away. I mean, it was it was a long trip. So it was very unusual, but they made, can you please make that fight happen? So we're doing the best we can.
Had you given up hope that this fight was going to happen as recently as a couple of years ago? Because Pacquiao obviously was knocked out back in, 2012 by Juan Manuel Marquez. After that happened, did you give up all hope that this fight was going to happen, or did you have some?
Not really. I thought that, the devastating loss would, make Mayweather not want to fight us or, just, say he's in a different caliber and so forth. But I did have my doubts. But, every fight that was supposed to be made in boxing has been made sooner or later. So I did have a little bit inside me thinking that it will happen someday.
Do you think Mayweather wanted this fight?
No, I don't think so. I think CBS and Showtime forced him into this fight.
Why do you think that?
Because they're losing so much money. No big company in the world likes to lose money. I mean, they made money on one show out of 4. It wasn't working.
Talking to Freddie Roach, Hall of Fame trainer here on the Dan Patrick Show. Is Manny Pacquiao better equipped now to beat Floyd Mayweather, or was it a better fight for Pacquiao 6 years ago when we first started talking about this fight?
No, it's a better fight now. Floyd's not as mobile as he used to be. 6 years ago, he could move for 12 rounds and run and just really make it hard on a guy like Manny to finally get to him. But Floyd is more reachable now, and he likes to exchange a little bit more, or he has to exchange a little bit more because his legs aren't quite what they used to be, and it's a much better fight now.
It's been years since Pacquiao's had a knockout. Is he still the same fighter that he was when he was demolishing guys like Miguel Cotto, Ricky Hatton, and others?
Well, he's still a great fighter, and I'll tell you, when this fight was signed, I mean, from training camp, he really rose to the occasion. I've never seen him better. Bob Arum asked me yesterday, he says, is he faster than he used to be? Because he's just he's really elevated his training for this, and he's really motivated for the fight. So I do expect a very good Manny Pacquiao, and I think since this fight is the biggest fight in the world, and he knows there's a lot riding on this, a lot of reputation is going to go to the winner, and he's desperately training really hard, and I've never seen him look better, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you mentioned motivation, Freddie, and is it hard for a guy to get up for a fight when it's against, say, a Chris Algieri in his last fight? Is it hard for them to get motivated when he's not fighting the big fight that everyone knows still lurks out there, that is Floyd Mayweather?
Of course. The Algieri fight, I mean, he showed signs of his killer instinct coming back and so forth. But, he's a little bit bored in there. With Floyd, you can't be bored because you have to pay attention at all times. He's very crafty. He's a good fighter. We do have our hands full for sure.
How much money have you won betting on Manny Pacquiao?
Not really. I'm not a big bettor, to be honest with you, but I did bet when he fought Pereira the first time, and I bet he would knock him out, so I parlayed that. That was my best win ever.
How much did you win on that?
I won about maybe $5,000-$6,000.
And that was the last time you bet on Pacquiao?
Yes.
Didn't you try, but I think you told me a story before where you tried to bet on him once, but he was such a big underdog that you couldn't even place the bet.
That was against Ledwaba when I told everyone that I have this guy who's special. Look at him, he's going to kill Ledwaba. I went to the sports book. It was like 60-1. They wouldn't take a bet on it. Bruce Trample and all of them were laughing at me. You said, man, you guys are going to get killed by Ledwaba. I said, no, this guy's special. I said, I promise you, watch. And no one really believed me. And then we rode Ledwaba's nose in the first round and knocked him out like in 4 or 5. And I started making people believe us at that point, and that was our first title together.
I'll get you out of here with this, Freddie. At some point, as you know, and you've said this many times, that you will tell Pacquiao when it's time to go. I mean, regardless of what happens with this fight, do you see him having multiple more fights left? Do you see this potentially being his last fight? How do you see the rest of his career?
Well, the thing is, he's in great shape, and he trains really hard, and he's dedicated. He's not like losing the step at all. He has very good legs. He's very strong still. I would like to see him maybe retire after the Mayweather fight. But if his fight's good enough to be a rematch, maybe that at most. But you know what? Like, who else? Who's out there? Like, who do people really care who he fights next? There's no real big names right now. So I would be satisfied with him retiring after this fight and going full-time into politics and maybe become president of his country, or just a higher level of politics so he can help the people, because that's what he wants to do.
Good to visit with you, Freddie. Appreciate the time, and I'll catch up with you soon.
All right, Chris. Take care, man.
That's Freddie Roach, Hall of Fame trainer for Manny Pacquiao.